Welcome back. Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Economic Affairs, Planning and Social Security, Dr. Kenny Anthony, has proceeded on 5 days of vacation leave. And the Prime Minister is scheduled to return to office on Monday, July 20th, 2015. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Infrastructure, Port Services and Transport, Philip J. Pierre, is acting as Prime Minister while Dr. Anthony is absent from his duties. Meantime, the Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, has formally extended an invitation to Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony to pay an official visit to his country. Dr. Anthony has accepted that offer, and Japan is said to be an important diplomatic partner to St. Lucia, having extended direct investment and technical cooperation in a number of areas, most notably fisheries and education. Dr. Anthony points out that it is a great privilege to be invited to pay an official visit to Japan. The government of St. Lucia has enjoyed diplomatic relations with the government of Japan since 1980. Since then, there have been 3 official visits by sitting prime ministers to Japan. Prime Minister Anthony is expected to travel to Japan in early September. Meanwhile, the government of St. Lucia celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Japanese Overseas Cooperation Volunteers and 20 years of service to St. Lucia. Takashi Takano is the Director General of the Japan International Cooperation Agency in Latin America and the Caribbean.
The program has continued to respond to calls from partner countries. To date, nearly 50,000 volunteers have been dispatched to 96 countries and regions. Volunteers contribute to social and economic development of the country they work through community-based efforts in health, education, and other sectors. In addition, volunteer activities have promoted grassroots diplomacy to foster mutual understanding between Japan and our partner countries. JOCV's activities in St. Lucia are no exception. This year marks the 20th anniversary of the program in the country since the first volunteers were dispatched in 1995. The volunteers' activities started from education and expanded to include programs in fisheries, healthcare, occupational therapy, and many other fields. We also started dispatching senior volunteers in 2002. During that period, 148 volunteers have contributed to the island's social and economic development.
The Japanese volunteers over the years have also worked closely with institutions for the disabled and children with special needs. They have also pioneered changes in the education system.
They assessed the levels of students' disabilities based on their professional experience in Japan and conducted tailored trainings on methods used both in school and home environment. They have also worked closely with the government to improve the status of people with disabilities by holding seminars and producing reports on children with disabilities that advocate for their rights. In the field of education, JOCVs have contributed to developing teacher manuals and training teachers on how to administer new types of learning assessments. The JOCV Mathematical Achievement Test has become an instrumental tool in assessing students' understanding of key mathematical concepts.
To date, more than 150 St. Lucians have undertaken courses in Japan. Prime Minister Dr. Kenny Anthony lauded the Japanese volunteers for their personal sacrifice in serving St. Lucia and expressed the desire for continued support from the Asian territory.
As a small island developing state, economic resilience is paramount, and Japan has had a long history of economic success stretching back nearly 150 years. After 50 years of JICA worldwide, Japan has established itself as a major partner in global development and international cooperation. St. Lucia has benefited especially our fisheries sector, which has seen substantial investment in fisheries infrastructure. We hope to be able to explore new areas of development assistance, particularly in emerging sectors of common interest. In particular, we welcome whatever assistance we can in information technology, renewable energy, and economic diversification of our economy. As a leading world economy and leader in Asia, there is a lot St. Lucia can learn from Japan. We are pleased to continue our cordial diplomatic relations with the government of Japan, which is now in its 35th year. We have always been treated with respect and civility, even as a small state.
And the outgoing ambassador to St. Lucia, Yoshimasa Takuza, commended the government on improved relations with his country, noting that when he took post some 3 years ago, relations were not as robust as could have been, even within CARICOM.
Indeed, this improvement in our relations is evident with the historic visit of the Prime Minister of Japan, His Excellency Shinzo Abe, to the Caribbean region to attend the first ever Japan CARICOM Summit last year. At that time, there was a very fruitful bilateral meeting held between Prime Minister Abe and Prime Minister Anthony. I was informed shortly before that it is also for the first time that the JICA president visit the Caribbean region. So I'm very pleased that I have many historical events during my tenure. In particular, efforts to continue strengthening relations with St. Lucia have been quite evident within recent years. In 2013, His Excellency Shunichi Suzuki, Parliamentary Senior Vice Minister for Foreign Affairs of Japan, visited St. Lucia to attend the OECS Ministerial Meeting on Fisheries.
The government of Japan has signed a multi-million-dollar grant package to upgrade fisheries facilities island-wide.